Hassan held an old brass key in his hand. Along with it came a letter from a lawyer. The abandoned family house was now his. Villagers whispered about the place, but never explained why. As dusk bled into fog, Hassan pushed the heavy front door open. A gust of cold air rushed past him, carrying with it the weight of years of silence. Inside, curtains hung yellow with age. A clock stood frozen, and the floor showed strange dark stains. Lighting his lantern, Hassan caught a faint creak behind the door, though the house was supposed to be empty. Room by room, he wandered. A dusty kitchen, a library that smelled of old paper, and a staircase descending into darkness. Family portraits lined the walls. One showed a woman's face, with the eyes scratched out. Beneath it scrawled the words, "Do not remember." When Hassan pulled a diary from the shelf, he found the first page warning, "This house collects memories. Whatever you leave behind stays here." His heartbeat quickened. Hassan lay down near the door, unwilling to venture upstairs. At midnight, the stopped clock suddenly rang, each chime vibrating through the room. The curtains shifted as if brushed by unseen hands. Then he heard it, a lullaby, his mother's lullaby. But she had been gone for years. Panic surged through him. He rushed to the window. No one there. Yet, on the dusty floor, small footprints trailed across the room. They matched his shoe size, but his boots were untouched by the door. The next day, he forced open a locked door in the basement. Inside stood a tall, cracked mirror. When Hassan moved, his reflection lagged half a second behind. Sometimes it blinked later than him, sometimes not at all. As he leaned closer, a shadow rose behind his reflected self, but the room around him was empty. Behind the mirror, someone had carved into the wall, "What you cannot see here is the house's truth." Hassan shivered. He flipped through more of the old diary, scribbles, drawings, fragments. A man holding something in his hands, a black smear growing behind him. One passage read, "When you dream and return, pieces of your memory will be gone." Hassan laughed nervously until he tried to recall the scent of his childhood home. It was gone, a simple memory, erased like chalk. Each night, he dreamed of his father calling him. Each morning, he woke unable to recall the sound of his father's voice. A cherished photograph on his phone lost its details, the faces blurred. He tried repeating names of loved ones, but words slipped away mid-sentence. Villagers later whispered, "The house eats from within, first words, then faces, then love." Hassan felt hollow spaces growing inside him, while the house seemed to throb with something alive. One morning, he decided to leave. But his car's tires had sunk deep into the soil, as if held in place. The engine screeched and died. The path back to the village was drowned in mist. His footsteps no longer matched the prints on the ground. Some moved backward, some sideways. From the trees, a dark figure shifted, tall and crooked. Hassan bolted back. The forest seemed to fold around him, pushing him toward the house. Gasping, he slammed the door shut. He wasn't getting out. That night, the diary revealed another page, the exchange. "Trade what you remember for safety. The house will keep your memory and let you remain." Hassan realized the truth. His escape had already failed. The only way to survive was to give away more of himself. He dropped the diary, but the words burned in his head. Sleep came heavy. He dreamt of his mother again, her voice closer than ever. She whispered, "Stay, and you'll never feel alone." Hands reached from the dark, cold yet comforting. When he woke, the diary lay open beside him, though he hadn't touched it. A new line appeared in fresh ink. Hassan agreed. Days later, the villagers noticed the house no longer looked abandoned. Lantern light flickered inside at night. Sometimes, if you stood at the gate, you'd hear faint humming, a lullaby, but no one dared enter. Hassan was never seen in the village again. The house had taken his memories and made him part of its silence.